Alright, this is the first video for Chapter 3, talking about ethics and social responsibility. Now, just with every chapter, make sure that you go through and realize their learning outcomes, read through them, and be able to do what they state. Okay, there are 6 learning outcomes for Chapter 3. All right, and the first piece of information that is covered here in Chapter 3 is talking about civil society. And with this, there are what's considered or called modes of social control. Right? And there are a number of factors that go into maintaining order, keeping people, individuals, and organizations somewhat under control within certain boundaries. And as you can see, there are a number of them that are listed here. Just to go through them quickly, ethics are moral principles or values that usually are the things that help to govern the conduct of people or groups. Laws, the book says that they are often ethical rules and guidelines that are coded into law. Right? Laws are created by governments, enforced by different authorities as well. Formal and informal groups, businesses, clubs, professional organizations and associations all have different codes of conduct and things that are like expectations that are to be followed. Self-regulation just simply means that you are in acceptance of the standards that are established by different entities, especially the non-governmental entities. The media is something that does play a key role in informing us, the public, about the actions of individuals and organizations. They tell us about the good, the bad, the ugly. Usually we hear a lot more about the bad than we do the good, but they do give us information about different things that companies, organizations, governments are doing. Lastly, an active civil society. And this is just a society that is informed. It's a society that is engaged and can help to mold the behavior of individuals and corporations or businesses. Okay, so next is referring to ethical behavior. Excuse me. Ethical behavior, as stated here, are the moral principles or values that generally govern the conduct of an individual or a group. All right. Ethical behavior, you need to understand that a lot of this, there are no set rules and laws about things, but it's just an obligation to be honest. It is, from a company standpoint, being honest with your customers. It is being responsible for taking care of yourself and other people. It's being responsible for preserving the environment. From a company standpoint, for protecting employees and employee rights, for looking out for your customer as well. All right, ethical theories. Now, for the sake of time, I want you to understand that these theories are located on page 34 and 35 and on to page 36. I want you to go into your books and make sure that you do read over these. I'm not going to walk through each of these one by one here, so just remember pages 34, 35, and 36. For the sake of time on the video, I want you to make sure that you go through and read those. And if you have any questions, just bring them with you to the session, the makeup session on Friday. Now we're talking about ethical behavior in business now. And the first thing that you need to do is just understand the difference between ethics and morals. As you can see on the screen, ethics are, again, the moral principles or values that govern the conduct of an individual or a company, corporation. Morals are the rules that we developed as people, the rules that we develop as a result of cultural values and norms. And different cultures have different values, have different norms. So when you go from culture to culture, especially when you do business internationally, you need to be very much aware of what morals and values and norms they have in their particular culture that may differ from ours, so that you're not offensive at all. Ethical development levels, you go from childish behavior to mature behavior, and there is a continuum there. And if you see from the more childlike behavior is pre-conventional morality. And the main thing that you're concerned with here is punishments versus rewards. You are all, when you're in this childlike mentality, you are all about yourself. You have to make decisions. You're making your decisions based upon what is best for you. You're not really concerned with other people, whether it be family, friends, or anything, a team. It's all about you. It's a selfish, self-centered mentality. The conventional morality, this is where you are beginning to progress towards a mature behavior. You are starting to become more concerned about what other people think and feel. The movement is definitely more towards society's expectations, more so than just you and you alone. And the post-conventional morality is where you are concerned, you're at a mature state where you're concerned about the impact of your decisions on the long run. You're worried about the impact that it'll have on other people, not just yourself. So you're weighing the decisions based upon more than just selfish, self-centered motives. Some influential factors in regards to your ethical decision making. You can see here just a couple examples that are listed. The probability of harm is a big one to a lot of people. How many people are affected by your decision? The time until consequences, how long will it be until it comes back on you? Whether society feels that it is right or wrong could have an impact as well. So there's no cut and dry formula for making ethical decisions, but some of these factors do help in making your judgments and your decisions. Code of ethics. Businesses have to be careful not to make their code of ethics too vague or too detailed. This is just something that is used to tell employees what is acceptable, what is not acceptable. It helps to be able to control employees' behavior to an extent, keep it at an internal basis and not externally, having to get people brought in, outside forces like police or government. Hopefully will help to avoid confusion in decision making. Having everybody on the same page definitely helps with that situation. And it can also, if the company's leaders and the people running the company are willing, it can facilitate discussion about what is right and what is wrong. You can alter and change and update this as well. It does not have to be set in stone. Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. This is really, really important because some foreign countries will allow their government entities to take money, to in essence be bribed, to be able to get a little bit more than other companies. So you can bribe people legally in other countries. But this act, this legislation, makes sure that U.S. corporations, makes it illegal for U.S. corporations to make payments to foreign officials to get preferential treatment. Right? Some people say that it puts us, our U.S. companies, at a major disadvantage competitively overseas and internationally because other companies are able to do that. but it also has encouraged other countries to look at their own standards and implement their anti-bribery laws as well. So it's a good thing moving forward, and it is definitely an ethically based legislation. Corporate social responsibility. In order to maintain ethical practices overseas, companies have to comply with that Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. And with this, corporate social responsibility, it is looking out for society and the well-being of society in general compared to just your company's interests. Stakeholder theory is something else that says that social responsibility is paying attention to the interests of every affected stakeholder in every aspect of the firm's operation. All right, stakeholder theory is on page 40, and also be aware on page 41 to look at the corporate social responsibility, the pyramid of corporate social responsibility as well. Like I said, those are on pages 40 and 41. Okay, 40 and 41. Yeah, there are definitely pros and cons. This is a debate that will go on for and against social responsibility. Those who are for it, as you can see here, they realize that it can be profitable because people will, there are some people who will help and shop at and endorse companies that look out for the well-being of society. In general, it is considered the right thing to do. If you have the resources to help fix a problem, you should, and also eliminates or prevents, sometimes even like downgrades the amount of government regulation that happens in interaction. And people that are against it, they're all about making profit, so it could take away from their profits, and it could take away from money that is given back to shareholders or stakeholders excuse me, to help with environmental concerns. All right, sustainability is next. This is corporate social responsibility is a business's concern for society's welfare. Socially responsible companies a lot of times do outperform their peers. As I said, people like to give their money and business to companies that are looking out for the well-being of society in general. Green marketing is based upon environmental. This is where you're looking to help improve the environment by recycling, not having harmful waste or things out as well. There are examples in the book about Ben & Jerry's and Tom's Shoes on pages 44 and 45 if you would like to see more about green marketing. Lastly is cause-related marketing, and cause-related marketing is a cooperative effort of a for-profit firm and a nonprofit organization for their mutual benefit. It creates good public relations for the firms. Often it will stimulate more sales as well. This is marketing that is done by a social or charitable organization or a cause that is also referred to as this cause-related marketing. This is where charitable donations, philanthropic donations are different, though, from cause-related marketing. This is, excuse me, trying to generate money through marketing for a cause or a benefit. But sometimes you might see commercials on television asking for money for certain causes or situations that when you see them too much, it can cause what is called customer fatigue, and it's just an overkill in essence. This here brings us to the end of Chapter 3. There is a video in the PowerPoint for you to be able to look through as well about Zappos. Again, Friday we're going to have a session starting between 7:15 and 7:30. All right, I hope to see you there.